But I want to frame this a bit. So the council actually came up with a lot of really rich, important, awesome, and potentially really impactful ideas. And only if like a portion of them were able to actually make it into the plan itself. But we want to find a way to make all of the ideas that came out of this work that we did accessible to everyone. Because in addition to these ideas, all of the ones that we came up with are ways to make Chicago more inclusive around technology and more diverse. So Tawa, actually, I was going to ask you a quick question. In relation to some of these ideas, I wanted to clarify with you, CPS is, I think Brenda said 93% women and minorities, or like what's the percentage?
You mean employee-wise?
No, student-wise, student population. I wanted to clarify that number for you.
I think it's 86.
Okay.
I think it's
87. Yeah,
80s.
I think it's 87.
High 80s. Okay, high 80s. I just wanted to clarify that. So the reason I wanted to clarify that number first is because a lot of these are related to education, and I wanted to kind of show that the way that these are related to diversity is by the sheer number of people in our schools now that represent that audience. So this is the first page of the plan, which is not out yet, so you can't see the whole thing, but I'm going to give you a quick preview of two of the pages. Two of the pages that include the work that we're doing. And part of my frustration early on with getting the responsibility to work on this and get all these people together is I'm not satisfied with just words on a piece of paper. So while this plan is nice and this plan is going to come out and it's going to say things, what we're more interested in is figuring out how does this get put into action. So I will show you these things, I will speak to you today, but really the ultimate challenge is can we actually take these ideas and do something real with them? And I'm proud to say we've already done some, so we can talk about that. So the two initiatives in terms of, like, we have some real estate on the plan, so that's good, but now I'm going to actually pull these words out and show you what they're about. So one of the first ideas for a partnership actually came from my company. I'm the CEO of the Starter League. It's a beginner-focused software school in Chicago. We've trained over 700 people now in the past 2 years how to design, code, and ship web apps. Yeah, we got a few students in here. And over a year ago, the mayor approached me at a cocktail party, nonetheless, and he heard about the work that we were doing. And he saw that we were teaching people from all around the world how to build software. And when he saw these people from China and Australia and Europe all come to Chicago to learn, he said, why aren't we teaching more Chicagoans this stuff? So he basically challenged me to find a way to partner with the city to train teachers and to empower Chicago public schools and the city colleges with more practical, up-to-date technology curriculum so they can provide to their students. And I'm proud to say, actually, last week we just wrapped up the summer training. So this was something that in February was a concept we put into the plan, and it actually just got done. So I'm really excited about that, but the work is just getting started. So we did the training. It went really well. We worked with 22 teachers divided between CPS and the city colleges. And now the work is, can we actually work with these instructors who have now been trained by us to actually redesign their lesson plans and their curriculum to provide more practical, hands-on learning for their students this school year and these school years to come. So I'm excited to say that one got done. Computer sciences core curriculum. So the plan is basically, and this is an uphill battle. We've thought about it a lot on the council, and I've actually been to the White House multiple times talking about this, and they're watching Chicago really closely as a potential kind of pioneer to kind of break through this barrier. But making computer science a part of the core curriculum and the core standards in the city is going to be a major endeavor that we are all going to have to kind of come together and push for. Namely, students, parents, and teachers, because at the highest level, it's very difficult to break through the system and actually establish the change, to actually accept that as a part of the core, but also to actually provide the teachers that have the training and have the proper resources for them to do that. So that's something that is a long-term, I think, really smart move to make for our city, because if Chicago becomes one of the first cities to kind of step ahead of the federal level and actually decide we're going to make computer science a part of our core curriculum here, and then let the rest of the country follow, I think that'll be a really good trendsetter. So, and Geek Club. So this idea basically, on one side, we want to take the high level and change the system and change the curriculum, and what's taught in schools is important to actually include technology. But even more than that, we said, what can we do now? So that's going to take a long time, maybe a lot of lobbying, a lot of work with a lot of different parties. But what we could do at the grassroots level with each of the schools is allow them to actually come up with their own type of club to work on technology or something related to computer science. So the idea is basically to have different schools host these clubs that would we could help provide some of the content and what would happen and some of the volunteers and mentors. But the idea of these clubs would basically allow students to, after school, have something else to do related to technology in addition to sports and other things that are more common. So that's something I think that we can start taking action on now. We can start reaching out to schools, and we're going to have to develop an action plan to actually take that up.